Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for TAO price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. A quick overview for the bullish and bearish scenario, starting with the bullish where we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an impulse toward the upside, finished a wave 1 or a wave A. After both case scenario, you would like to see 3 wave corrective, as you can see a wave B finished or a wave 2, meaning you are in 1, 2, and probably 3, 4, and a 5. Or a wave A, B, and a C toward the upside. However, after this both case scenario, we saw of course an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. However, this wave 5, knowing that it took the high, is a little bit doubtful because it looks like 3 wave. Now, if we zoom in a little bit inside it, you will see that it might be of course a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as an ending diagonal as well. My problem with it is that we touch already the 0.886, meaning if we take the fib level taken from this low to this top, you will see the 886 has been already touched. And this is not a good thing because, of course, for an impulse, if you are impulsive toward the upside, it is a very low possibility that a wave 2 launch or trigger a wave 3 after it, starting from the 886. Now, it is not a rule, but it is a guideline. Again, based on Elliott wave rules, you can have an impulse toward the upside, but it is a very, very rare case scenario based on the guidelines. Okay, this is what I'm saying, that possibly that this impulse might turn, of course, to something else as W, X, and a Y, meaning you might have a zigzag, another zigzag here, and an X in between, of course, for W, X, and a Y. In this case scenario, you are moving or shifting for a short bearish scenario, which of course we already know that we still have one more leg toward the downside, because of course we had an impulse, but this leg toward the downside was very, very deep and very complex, by the way. And of course it has touched the 886, meaning we possibly might still take the low. After this complexity that we see here in this area, we might still of course reach the 1-to-1 fib level, and we might have one more leg of course to finish this correction. Now basically when you take a look at it from outside, you can see of course that you have 3 waves toward the downside, you have an X, and potentially you still need a finished structure because this leg here looks very odd, right? And very long in comparison with this one. If you want to say like ABC finished here, knowing it is very, very close, of course, for the 1-to-1 fib level, 1.05, which is taken, of course, from this A, B, and a C. Yeah. So basically, I prefer to see, of course, the price still getting one more low at the 1.05, 150 psychological number, and then moving, of course, after this finished matching pattern, right? W and the Y are matching with an X in between. That would be a beautiful pattern because, as a guideline says as well in Elliott wave, it should look nice, right? And this doesn't look nice yet. So one more leg and then moving toward the upside. This is my highest possibility for TAO. If we move inside it, before moving inside it, of course, let me just explain as well the ultimate bearish scenario, which you might have, of course, after W, X, and a Y. Let's say, of course, we get from here a move towards the upside. If we are more bearish in ultimate bearish scenario, of course, it can move for kind of like an impulsive wave, or it can be an ending diagonal like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 potentially, of course, where you might have one more leg toward the downside. Yeah. So what I mean here, after finishing a wave 3, you might have a wave 4 and then a wave 5, and this can still be, of course, in an ending diagonal somehow. Of course, it should be ended somehow like that. Let's arrange this somehow like this. Yeah. So if this happened, we might, of course, be in a much bigger bearish scenario, right? A longer bearish scenario, and getting, of course, a fifth wave for an ending diagonal, finishing inside the 0.618786. What is this? This is taken, of course, based on your wave 1, the major wave 1, which is a 1 ABC for a wave 2, and then moving toward the upside. Don't forget, this is a perfect box for a wave 2 normally, where you would like to see an impulse moving for higher prices. If the price move to here, higher potential, you're gonna be in a wave 3 rather than in an A, B, and a C. And that means this wave 2 might be much potential, of course, to finish here, and the wave B much potential to finish over there if you take only the 1-to-1 fib level. Now, of course, still can the wave 2 have it from there, but you know, it's probabilities, guys. Yeah, probability says here it is a wave C, much higher, while here you get a wave 3, 4, and a 5. So yeah, this is trading. If we move lower, you get higher, right? So this is what we are looking for. We're gonna see what's gonna unfold, but basically right now we have to test first this area as a wave B or a wave 2, yeah, in a wave Y, of course, W, X, and a Y. Let's move inside it just to make sure what do we have. Now, exactly here, if we are moving for higher already and we finish a weird zigzag here with a short wave C, because it looks like an impulse already, but don't forget that this impulse can transform into 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 still, right? So, or an ending diagonal, nobody knows. Basically in this area, on the 2 hours chart, on 1 hour chart, sorry, we are looking at the following scenario. Right now, if we have, of course, an impulse, which it can be very clear impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, the wave 4 did not interfere with the zone 1, so very nice impulse, confirmed. You have a wave 1 potentially, or a wave A, of course, and you have a wave 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 confirmed, no invalidation, of course, and you have reached almost the 1.27. Now, it would be nicer if the price take the 265. Unfortunately, it didn't, because yeah, it would be nicer to take it because it will show much more potential for a finished wave 3. However, I cannot deny that it might be, yeah. But still, of course, I mean, it's under the uncommon target for an impulse, meaning also a higher potential can be as well for an A, B, and a C. Let us be always sideways, bullish or bearish. Always think about both sides. Yeah. So, what if it is an A, B, and a C? Your wave C is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and not reaching the minimum requirement for a wave 3 in case you are in an impulse. And that means, of course, right now, if we take the wave 4 from there as targets, let's take wave 4 as an impulse, we see that we have hit already the 0.23. We are before the 0.38, still looking for it potentially. Now we have kind of like 3 waves towards the downside, 3 waves up, and potentially you're still looking for lower. Based on the timing, let's check if we have this is our wave 2. Based on the timing here, for a wave 4, you're looking here at the following timing. So you already passed almost the double time. Let's check. Yeah, we already passed the double time for this scenario as a wave 4. So the things are starting to get a little bit weird here. Yeah, so passing the double time and reaching only the 886, meaning you're still looking for lower. Yeah. And yeah, this start to give a little bit higher potential, of course, that something else is unfolding rather than a wave 4. And that means wave A, B, and a C still, of course, very potential. Now this supports, of course, our daily analysis, right? In the daily chart, where we are still looking for a nice pattern to unfold, which is this one. Let me arrange this one, yeah, to see one more leg toward the downside to finish a balanced pattern here, right? For the Y. After a W, you have your X, you have your beautiful Y here, and then matching your wave W. Yep, so this is my highest possibility here for TAO, 150 potentially still on the table, but we're gonna see this step by step, guys. Yeah, step by step. I cannot confirm right now that we're moving impulsively toward the downside. Let's move a little bit micro to see if we have an impulse. Yeah, as you can see, if you have here 1, 2, and then 3, 4 invalidation already, and as a diagonal, your wave 5 is longer than wave 3, meaning nothing is impulsive yet. You're still corrective, and that, of course, still giving higher potential even to move for higher prices. And that means, of course, your wave 5 also as well still has some possibility. Meaning, guys, it's a break even. I cannot really say that we are bullish or bearish yet here. I see, of course, one more low. But even if one more low, it might still unfold a wave 5. Now, the problem is that you can read still this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a wave 5. Well, we're going to see how this wave 5 can unfold. Because it might be as well that you are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal. Nobody knows. Maybe your wave 4 has ended exactly here, guys. Right? As a major wave 4. Yeah, as a major wave 4. But I don't see it yet. Of course, I don't see it yet, even knowing that we have passed the double time. Basically, what I see right now is, of course, one more leg towards the downside. If we break even much more, yeah, therefore, I'm going to give you invalidation. Here we go. Invalidation of bullish. Okay. If we see the price action moving towards this area, therefore, of course, you can confirm much higher potential that we're moving for lower towards the $150. Here where I can confirm it, guys, but not yet here. Sorry, guys. So, yep, that was it for TAO. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.